Hello, today we are going to be making Planck's pancakes. Pause now to read the ingredients, directions, and overall equation. And the total time that it will take to make these pancakes will be 20 minutes, and it serves around 8. First, I started off by mixing together all of the dry ingredients, including flour, baking powder, and sugar. And now I'm going to be adding 1 cup to the mixing bowl, and later on I will be adding another in order to maximize the recipe. Next, I'm going to create a small well in the middle of the mixture in order for the liquid ingredients to sit still. And now I will be adding the butter, 1 tablespoon, in order to make it a bit more acidic. Next, I will be cracking 2 eggs and putting them in the middle. Next, I will be adding 2 cups of milk. Milk is a great way to get some protein as well as some acidity. And finally, you're ready to mix. Place the whisk down, make sure it's locked in place, and put it at a medium speed as to make sure it does not spill over. And finally, you can start mixing.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Now that it's done mixing, we can begin to pour it into the pan. I have placed some canola oil onto the pan in order for it to not stick. Pour in about the size of a dinner plate onto the bottom of the pan, and now we wait. As the bottom begins to cook, we flip it in order for the other side to cook. I would like to show you a quick demonstration of how the baking powder works. So we have all of the ingredients in the bowl, including the flour, eggs, butter, and baking powder. Specifically, the baking powder really affects how well this recipe works. In the pan, we have the small little baking powder specks, but due to Charles's law, the increased temperature creates increased volume. As the carbon dioxide releases from the baking powder, it expands and makes an even larger pancake with carbon dioxide bubbles. Maxwell Planck, the scientist I named this recipe after, was born in 1858 and died in 1947. He was a German scientist and worked with quantum theory. In 1900, his idea of Planck's constant, his most notable contribution to his field, is used to find a photon's energy when multiplied by a frequency. And although his constant is not used in this recipe, it makes for a really good name to some really good pancakes. Now it's time to transport our pancake to the finished product. We're going to make a second one for demonstration, and by pouring the second one in, we have experience on how big we should make the second one. And with that, you have made really good pancakes. Within this recipe, there are definitely chances of sources of error, including heat being too high or too low, not having enough constant pressure, or adding too much or too little ingredients. However, the pancakes turned out great and tasted even better than they looked. Thank you for watching on how to make Planck's pancakes, and make sure you check out our other video to see how to make the stoichiometry shake.